In 2025, no more being broke. You need to get your money together. But I understand some of you guys are really busy. Maybe you're in school or work, or maybe you're just lazy, let's be honest. So, in this video, I'll be going over side hustles that don't need as much time and effort and money as like a full-fledged business, but is still going to bring you in a few extra $1,000s per month. Now, how much you make is dependent on how much effort you put in. So, you could put in the least amount of effort and be lazy, but if you put in the max, you're going to get out the max. This first one has been making people tens of thousands of dollars per month because it really is so simple and straightforward. We all have products that we bought because our friend recommended it or we saw a review online. Instead of recommending things for free, why don't you recommend things to people and actually get paid on it? Now, the best way we could do that right now is through something called TikTok Shop Affiliate. With TikTok Shop Affiliate, you are making videos that promote a product and you can link that product, which will be available on TikTok Shop. It's not your product, it's somebody else's, but whoever clicks on the link in your video purchases that product. It's all within TikTok, so they don't need to go on an external platform. Well, you are going to get a percentage of the sale. Now, don't get me wrong, you do need 1,000 followers in order to be eligible for this program, but once you are in, choose a niche that you like. It could be hair, it could be car stuff, it could be technology, and start making content around that product. If you already have the product in your house, that's perfect, but if you want to buy the product, I would say stick to things that are quite cheap so that you can buy a $3, $5 product and make a bunch of videos off of it. And then however many people buy that, you are going to get a portion of the sales. To make this even more efficient for those lazy people out there, just spend one day batch creating 30, 40, 50, 10-second videos, and then that will be all the content that you need for a month. So it could be something where you only work once per month, but you have the potential to make $10,000, $20,000 per month. For those of y'all who are like, I want passive income, but I don't really want to deal with products, and I want to be able to make not just maybe $1, $2 per sale, but $20, $30, $50 per sale, then this next side hustle is gonna be the one for you. And it's actually the one that made me over 6 figures in revenue, so I vouch for it like 100%. And with me personally, it only took me about 2 months to start making $100 per day with this side hustle. If you watch my channel, you know I have a bunch of videos on this side hustle, but it is selling digital products. Now, digital products are anything that people download. They do not have a physical product at all. So they could be downloading a PDF, they could be downloading a course, a video, music, really whatever it is. This is great. You can do it from anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter what country you're in. All you need is literally your phone. You don't even really need to sign up for any programs because if you're designing something on Canva, well, Canva is completely free. The great thing about this side hustle is that you can build something one time and sell it for years and years to come. That's why this is perfect for lazy people. Now, how do you start with this side hustle? Well, I like to go the route of selling information and selling transformation. This means that I see somebody with a problem, I have the solution for that problem, and then I sell them the solution in a digital product. For example, when I was a traveler, I traveled the world for 6 years and I did it on a budget for a lot of those years. And so I created a course which taught people how to travel the world for honestly so cheap. Now, I didn't only have to make a course. I could have made a guide. I could have made an ebook. I could have made like a travel template. I could have sold like travel guides and stuff like that. There's so many things that I could have sold, but it all comes back to that main thing of helping people solve some kind of problem and get some kind of solution. I'll put a list of things on the screen so you guys can get some ideas and get your juices flowing, but I have so many videos on my channel about how to create digital products, how to come up with your ideas, how to use AI to make it easier. So I'll just list the digital product playlist in the link in the description. If you are going to sell digital products or really sell anything online, then I recommend selling them on your own website because you're going to be able to sell more and have more control over your branding, which means you can scale it higher. I recommend selling on something like Shopify or Hostinger because these all have great e-commerce plans. No matter which platform you choose, I suggest creating a custom domain because it makes you look more professional. And if you want to sell more, then I suggest purchasing a .store domain. Now, .store domains were created specifically with e-commerce sellers in mind because it helps them to sell more. In a recent study, it was shown that people were 87% more likely to click on a .store domain, and .store domains got 2 times more search visibility on Google. This is great because beginners need all the advantages that they can get, and big names like Rihanna and Mr. Beast all have their .store domains because the benefits are really really undeniable. Having a .store domain even helps you to save money because .store domains get discounts on business tools that you're going to need if you're going to be successful, like tax tools and email marketing. For example, on elevate.store, if you have a .store domain, you get $2,500 worth of discounts compared to other domains, they only get $1,600. And it's super affordable. You don't have to break the bank. I partnered with .store domains to get you guys a special deal for your first year. You can get your .store domain for just 99 cents. All you need to do is use the code ENERGY in the checkout. Thanks so much to .store domains for sponsoring this video and getting you guys that really good deal. This next side hustle is one of my faves because when I was brokety broke, like I literally didn't even have money for rent, I started doing this side hustle and I was so good at it, and it's actually so fun too. So we all love to get a good deal, but not everybody knows how to find it. If you're one of those people who knows how to find a good deal, this next one is for you because you can profit off of it. Now, we all know people who go to garage sales and thrift stores to find things to resell, and that's what I did. Like, I could find something for $5 and flip it for $35. Like, ooh, I love that. Let me tell you, sorry, I get so excited just even talking about it. But we don't only need to, settle for like those things that are only $5 or $6. I did that because I only have $5. So that's all I could buy. But when I got a little bit more money, I started getting into luxury reselling. Now, with luxury reselling, you're selling things like Louis Vuitton and really things that you can make a pretty penny off of. Now, I want you to look in your city and see if there are luxury thrift stores. When I lived in Honolulu, there was a luxury thrift store. Now, they do all of the verification so that you are getting an authentic product. I wouldn't try to like buy things on Facebook Marketplace or anything. No, go to people who actually verify it for you. And then I would post it on something like Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, or like wherever you want to resell it, and people would buy it. Now you're like, Energy, why would they buy it from you when they could buy it from the thrift store? Well, a lot of people, they don't have a luxury thrift store in their area. So if I'm in Honolulu and I found this really good Louis Vuitton bag, well, I could sell it to somebody in Memphis. I can sell it to somebody in Ohio who does not have access to that, but I'm selling it to them for 2-3 times the price. They're still getting a good deal, but they didn't get it for as good as a deal as I got it. So I'm able to profit hundreds of dollars per flip on a luxury item, compared to if I'm just doing like garage store stuff, then I'm only profiting maybe $20. Now, this is only going to work for people who do have like more of a luxury store, but you can also do it with like couch flipping, anything where you can actually make money. It does require a bit more capital to start and a good eye. You need to search online and see what that product is consistently selling for to determine whether or not it's worth it for you to flip. Bonus points if you know how to restore things, how to get things looking better than they do when you got them from wherever you got them, the thrift store, or even like estate sale. Go to rich people estate sales and get you some expensive stuff. And if you know how to like refurbish it and make it look good, that's what I would do. This next one is perfect for lazy people because you don't even need to leave the house for this. Now, I've done this side hustle all over the world, and it's one of my favorites because it doesn't even feel like working. That's why I said it's really great for people who are kind of on the lazier side. We all love puppies, dogs, cats, animals, so why not get paid to look after people's pets through pet sitting? With pet sitting, the owners are maybe going on vacation or something and they need somebody to watch their dog, but they don't want to put them in a kennel or anything. No, they'd rather have somebody friendly watching their dog either in their own house, or sometimes they drop their dog off to your house to maybe stay for a week or even for a day or even for a few hours, and then they will pay you just to have their dog there. I recently did this and I looked after somebody's dog for like 5 hours and the dog was just chilling in my house, and I ended up getting paid for that. But I've also done this all over the world in places like Switzerland. So if you do want to travel and get paid at the same time and save money on accommodation, then you can also do pet sitting. Now, you can do this by finding Facebook pet sitting groups for your area, or you can just type in your area and then pet sitting at the end. A lot of times there's websites or different groups. I usually use Facebook though, because I feel like that one, I don't know, it's just really quick and easy. But I know there's also things like, I believe Rover. I don't know if that's dog walking or actually pet sitting, but there are other websites that you can do. I'll put them all on the screen and you can start making extra money from this. Now, if you have money and you want something that requires literally zero work, then I suggest to get into dollar cost averaging investing. Now, what this is that you invest in either a certain stock, but you could also invest in things like ETFs, just invest in something, right? And you put in your money over time. Maybe you choose to do it once a month. Maybe you choose to do it once every paycheck. And a lot of these stocks will go up in price, and even some of them will pay you dividends. So they'll pay you a certain amount just for holding their stock. And so over time, you can grow your money without having to do it. Now, this is good for people. It's like maybe you already put put your money in a savings account, but you don't want that money just sitting there. You want that money growing. Usually the stock market grows on average like 8% per year, so you can be getting 8% returns, which is higher than a typical like high yield savings account, which might only give you 3 or 4% returns. Now, of course, this is not like guaranteed money, but there are ways that you can invest your money to make it like safer, for example, index funds or ETFs. If you want to learn about dollar cost averaging, then I suggest resources like Investopedia. That's the one that I personally use. You can also learn from YouTube, but just be careful because a lot of people are going to try to sell you stuff on YouTube. So I actually prefer just like reading or like getting a book or something. The Intelligent Investor is a book that I personally recommend if you want to get into investing. For this next one, you're going to think energy. I think this might be saturated, but trust me, there's a wealth of opportunity here, and it's one that AI is not even taking over yet, because I know that can be a problem too. So we know that YouTube, social media, all this stuff is really taking off. There's a lot of money to be made there, but you don't have to be a YouTuber in order to capitalize on that. You could be a YouTube video editor. Now, YouTube video editors get paid quite a lot. You can get paid 300, 400, 500 per video, depending on how skilled you are. And I know you're like, Energy, there's so many video editors out there. Trust me, the amount of video editors that are actually good is far and few in between. I know because I spent years, like at least 2 years, trying to find a good video editor that was fast, that had good pricing, and that was actually skilled. And I was paying a lot of money per video, and I still could not find that to save my life. So if you are willing to learn the skills, all you need is like a laptop, but you could even use your phone too, because I know I edit my videos in CapCut now, and CapCut has an app that you can use. If you spend literally 30 days just learning how to edit, I promise you, you can start editing videos and making money. And the reason this is kind of lazy, because when I edit my videos, I literally just sit on my couch and watch Real Housewives while I'm editing. So it's very chill. I don't really feel like it requires too much, which is why I'm like, damn, why is it so hard to find a freaking editor? I have an editor, but a lot of times I just edit myself because I can do it quicker and faster. And I'm like, dude, if I ever needed money, I would literally just edit videos for people because I could do it really fast and I could do it really good. In order to learn this, just go on YouTube and learn, go on Skillshare and learn, or even I would suggest just like finding people's videos online and like editing their videos better. And you would literally send that to them and be like, oh, I edited your video better. Do you want to hire me? Fire your other editor. And like, if you're doing it better, then people will pay you, trust me. Let me know down below, which lazy side hustle do you want to try? Now remember, everything is going to take some work and effort. It's not going to be absolutely zero work. And the more work that you put in, the more outcome that you're gonna get out. So I suggest always doing your very best and giving your 100%. As always, if you have any questions, leave it down below in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.